Welcome back to Caffeine Confessionals. We are here again for another Expresso Shot Double Agents player preview. Now it's 5 things you know about Challenge legend Wes Bergmann. Number 1, in terms of stats, Wes is 36 years old, about 5'8", around 170 to 180 pounds. He has been on 13 seasons of the Challenge, as well as 4 spin-offs, 3 Champs vs. Pros seasons, and the Spring Break Challenge. He has a career 14-8 elimination record, has been to 5 finals, and is a 2-time challenge champion. Number 2, Wes is getting perceived as one of the biggest threats in the game. If you watch the preseason promo where people named who they thought was the biggest threat, almost everyone said Wes. And it's honestly kind of funny because Wes is one of the smallest guys on the cast, one of the slowest guys on the cast as well, and now everyone thinks he's this big giant threat. And Wes is a good player, don't get me wrong. He's a balanced all-around threat and should be a contender to win the season. But to say he's a huge threat, he's like your biggest threat, that's kind of crazy to me. I mean, CT's right there, Darrell's right there. They're a lot more physically intimidating than Wes. Number 3, in terms of strengths, Wes is maybe the greatest swimmer in challenge history. That's his bread and butter. He's also good with height challenges and just has really good intuition when it comes to figuring out a strategy on the carnival games. Along with that, he's improved mightily in puzzles in recent years, and his cardio is also greatly improved. So that's where Wes wins, like the obstacle courses where you have to use your brain and like really just take apart a challenge. Number 4, in terms of weaknesses, Wes is no longer a strong, raw physical athlete, and he hasn't been for a while. Put him in a headbanger where it's a dead sprint or a pole wrestle, he's going to get mopped by almost everyone on this cast. And that's not his fault. I mean, he works in an office. He's not trying to keep up that type of athleticism in his life. He's still a skilled athlete. He can swim and he can play soccer and has good hand-eye coordination. But when it comes to that raw physicality, that speed that you need, that's not him anymore. Number 5, Wes's pregame alliances have gotten out of hand. In recent years, Wes has gotten more into pre-gaming, and it's really hurt his challenge game because the guy is a natural social political player with tons of charisma, and once he enters the house, he can create those connections. The problem is, once he pre-games too much, he is restricted in his gameplay, and he already has deals that he has to hold up and can't make new ones. It's also why he has a target on his back and why people perceive him as a threat, because they see him as his puppet master. Can Wes win this season? I mean, I'll be honest, him going into that elimination with Bananas last season made sense, because if he eliminates Bananas, then Wes is the best player left in the game, and you could make the argument that Wes would have won the final last season. So if you look at this season, does that make him a contender? Obviously, he could swim, do puzzles, run. It's just about winning that elimination. And he has to get that red skull when it matters most. When he sees someone he could beat, or it's a game that's his specialty. That's what matters. So can Wes win? Absolutely. Do I think he's going to? Very unsure of that. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe.